Hello, hello. This is Jilly Bling. Are you ready for Christmas? And do you love Scotties? This is the cutest bundle, and the bundle is the stamp set and a punch. And it's in the holiday catalog on page 34. So you get a discount if you get the bundle. And the bundle, again, is the punch and the stamp set for $36.75. Usually when you get bundles, they include dies and they're up in the 50s. $36.75 is pretty good. And usually this size punch goes for $18. So figuring it all out, it's a pretty good deal. And it's so cute. So, ooh. Okay, this is coming up November 1st. Fitting Florets. It's a bundle, and I'll be doing something with this soon. I just received my package, and I'm going to be doing something. Don't know where that came from, but there you go. Christmas Scotties. Okay, so here is the project, and I saw this online by Debbie Blake. She made this, or something very similar to this. And so this is today's project. Scotties. And look at the 3 different dogs. This one is sitting up, and I thought he kind of looks like he's like hunkered down. He's ready to play. Well, that's what Bo looks like when he plays. So I put him sitting here, and look how their eyes are all going different directions. And it's like he's ready. So that is today's project. The punch. Okay. So I have everything we need right here. It doesn't look like that much, huh? Let's just start from the bottom, because we'll be using all this stuff. And on my project, I used some little bells that I had from before, but in the catalog, there's these little flat bells that might work better because they will mail better than these that I used. But you can find the little ones online if you want them, or just leave it with just the bow, and that's really cute too. Okay, red cardstock, and I'll put all the paper cut sizes on my blog, and my blog is jillybling.com. So let's start out with the snowflakes. So that's done in black. And I'm using Memento because I have a lot of Memento pads. And this, just fill in the background a little bit. That big snowflake is a little bit distinct, so I'm trying to kind of rotate it. And if you get this where you kind of don't stamp it right, the panel is going to go right over there. So it'll probably be just fine. There I go again. And in the end, if I were to show you the example card, you'd probably notice all kinds of little whoopses like that. And it's okay. I could prove that I made it. It's handmade. So I've been working on all kinds of other projects, and I so wanted to play with something new. But I told myself, do you ever make yourself promises? I told myself, I'm going to finish up one old thing, and then I could do something new. So today, I finished up the kids' wedding thank yous, and I finished up, well, I just stamped for my swap card so that the box can go out and be busy. So now it's time to play. And I couldn't decide, should I play with like Christmas and make a project box? Or should I play with that new Florets bundle? It's hard. I tried to ask Tony, and he has no idea. He just, oh, what's first? What's due first? And it's like, well, it's not really due. It's just, I kind of want to play with it, being a little selfish. So this is the paper from the mini catalog, and it is the one with the candy canes on it. And are you asking, how did you get that big old plaid on there? That is this stamp right here. And I should be using my foam pad. Yeah. Details. I always forget little details. Or maybe I'm just a bit lazy. Okay, so there's that. This is the big plaid. That's going to act as a background. I'm going to try to do it straight. And if my real red paper sticks to the block, which I thought it would, that's good. Because I can make sure to get good coverage. That'll do. It's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Because when I punch it, I'll punch it straight. Okay, so the punch. So in your head, are you thinking, how are you going to get that paper in for enough? Put a handle on it. Post-its, I use Post-its in my stamp room all the time. Here's my handle. And I'm going to try to get the plaid straight because I know I stamped it a little bit crooked. But I'm looking at the feet down here, and that line is pretty straight. One Scotty. Oh, I didn't check if I'm going to do it the right way. Okay, we'll stamp it again. I'll show you why. You're probably like, what are you talking about? So I have my Scotties go in different directions. Well, I could flip, no. I was going to say I could flip these over, but I want to be straight with the pattern, so no, I'll just re-stamp that plaid background. This way I get good use out of the paper. And these little bows that are punching out, you can put them on the Scotties on the inside, but they're a little bit big and kind of cumbersome. Okay, done with the punch. So for the Scotties, I have 3 different design ideas. One Christmas, this one. A girly one, kind of shabby chic. When I went to Backstage in New Orleans in late August, this one girl exchanged with me. I don't have her name. Oh, it's right here. Kim McGill. When I do this card next, I'll have her name right. But she exchanged with me, and I love that card. I don't know why. I just love it. And I want to do that one. Okay, so you know how I was saying, oh, I have to stamp the other side? Because it's fine if you want all of your little Scotties to go this way. I'm thinking, would they all fit? No. Then it's kind of like his head is covering that one's bottom. Don't want that. Okay, back on task. So all the Scotties are going the one direction. I want this one to go this direction. So I'm going to stamp on here. I just stamped the wrong side, or I punched the wrong side. I need my pad. And that plaid stamp again. And let's hope I do it straight. I could kind of see, oh, I think I missed his nose. Oh, little Scotty, I missed his nose. Let's see if it's obvious. It's obvious. Okay. Holy cow. No, I can't see. Well, I'm going to wing it. Well, this is interesting. On the stamp, ha ha ha. No one will have any idea. But when you're looking at the stamp, oh no, it's consistent. Well, that worked out. Lucky, lucky. Lucky dog. Okay, so that part is done. So here's this. Let's see what pieces. That's inside. I have black on my finger. As I say in class, lick it. make it gone. And this is out of the silver foils paper. To me, it's almost like purple-like, but I like how it looks with the dogs. And then this is inside. How do I get these little pieces everywhere? Okay, so these are going to go middle, bottom, top. But before I put them on, I'm going to kind of get them lined up, and I'm going to put the words on. Because see on this one how it says Merry Christmas? And if you look close, it's like, ooh, that's close stamping. It's not so bad. I have a way to make it a little bit easier. So we'll keep the dogs on there. And this one will go way over here, and I'm looking at the edge and at the top. He'll go right about there. This one will go, the ears kind of tucked into there. And then this one, once again, with just a little white board around it. So I want the words Christmas right in here. Merry Christmas. There's some other words. Woof, you're always loved. But I like the Merry Christmas. So to do that, I'm going to stamp it right in here. And if you hover it over, you're thinking, ooh, you're going to hit the tail. But get it ready to go. Just drop this down a little bit lower. See how it's outside of the white frame? And I'm trying to get Mary right up next to his feet. And even if a little bit of the dog covers the words, like the tail and the head, that's okay. You could still tell what it says. So it probably would have been better a little higher. But hey, magic paper. Let me try again. And if not, I'll just take the best of both the sides. Now this time I'm purposely putting it up a little bit higher. Trying to give myself a little bit more room. You know, repetition is good. So when you do your card, it's going to be just perfect. Very good. I have a good feeling. Okay. That's better. That's better. Okay, so before these go on, they're going to go on with dimensionals. I'm going to do the little necklace with the bell on it. And this time I'm going to do just one of the bells. Like I said, you could get these on Amazon or in the catalog. The ones I think would work really well. So on page 34, this little brass one right here, and it probably has a bigger hole than what I'm going to be dealing with. But in the back, they are, I just love this index. I use it all the time. Right here, page 83, flat jingle bells. And those would probably mail a lot better too. Okay, so for this bell, I'm going to take the white baker's twine, and you're like, how are you going to get that through here? I have a trick. You know I always have these little tricks. Put just a little bit of glue on your finger. And if you have any ink on it, like you know I do, you know it's going to come off. Put the end of the baker's twine in the glue and just roll it around until it's dry. Now all those little pieces are going to stay together and not fray. But that's the plan. But I have a plan if they do fray. Okay, I'm giving it just a second to dry. Then put it through here. And that time it worked. When I was working with these other ones, and this baker's twine might be a little bit thicker. If it doesn't work and you get maybe 2 of the strings through, just go with the 2 strings the other ones that didn't make it through would be all bunched up here. When you clip this off, just get rid of those 2 extra strings. But this time, luckily it worked well. So I'm going to clip this off. So now it's just a little bit of baker's twine with the bell on it. And it's going to go on middle dog. Should go on middle dog, or how about top dog? How about top dog? And to put it on, dimensionals right there at the neckline. And I want the bell right there underneath his neck. Because you know, gravity is going to make the bell go low on his neck. And then I'm putting it on here in these little bits of the twine, just having them hide back behind there. I don't want to blind you with that, but just so you could see the baker's twine on there. Then a few more dimensionals. Okay, maybe a lot more dimensionals. Gotta hold that guy on there. Okay, maybe some mini on his tail. Okay, that looks good. So this one is going to go up high, right along the edge. One dog done. And I could put this one on, but I'm going to do the bottom one first. But I have to do their little necklaces. So these are just going to have a bow. So I'm just going to cut a bit for both of them. And then attach them the same way. You're probably thinking, what about the bow? I'm going to do that second. That's just going to be a second separate piece. Trying to do it on the black so you could see the baker's twine. It's good, the black against the white. Okay, so that's kind of, oh, and you know, on this project I put a bit of glue on these just because I don't want it to unstick. I think it's too late on the one with the bell, but that's okay. So now that's going to be sealed in glue permanently. This one come up? No. That's okay. If it's sticking good, that's all that matters. Okay, and now a few more dimensionals to really hold it. This stamp set, this bundle is just adorable. It's one of the first things that I purchased from the new catalog. Might as well just cover the whole thing in dimensionals, huh? Okay, so I know there's glue on there. So this one, put it here at the bottom, tail kind of close, feet are parallel with the bottom of the paper, kind of covering the word Christmas, but I think it's okay. Then this one go in the other direction. Okay, that's looking good. So now, 3 simple little bows. So if ever you're tying a bow with baker's twine or any twisted fiber, like linen thread, you've probably run into this. You notice I haven't tightened my bow yet. It's still kind of loose. Maybe it should be looser. Okay, so that's a nice little ear. Then this one over here is all twisted. So I'm going to try to make it smaller. Now it's even more twisted. So why that does that is because the knot is tight. And if you have something twisted trying to go through something tight, of course it's going to kind of go a little crazy. So if you can, have your knot a little bit loose before you snug it up. I'm going to do 3 of them, so I'll show you again. Not that it's hard, it's just kind of thinking about the process, and by no means am I an engineer, but what baker's twine is like. Okay, so do your bow however you do it, but purposely do it and not tighten it up. Okay, so see on there, see how my knot is really loose? Then make the little loops just how you like them, and that one is very twisted, but because the knot is not tight, I can hopefully twist them so that they behave. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything because it keeps twisting on me. Okay, let's see if I start to tighten it. Sometimes when you tighten it, it goes the right direction. It's still loose. Okay, this one looks good. That one looks good. It's real tiny. So I'm trying to maneuver the bow right how I like it while that knot is still loose. Ha, that one looks good. Okay, doing the bows, take the longest thing on the card. Okay, do a bow, leave it loose, get them the right size, then try to work the twists out before tightening it. Okay, that's cute. Oop, got all twisted. Maybe the glue will have to get the twist out. Okay, that was the hardest part, making the bows. This one is twisted. Oh, okay, and to stick them on here, I'm going to use liquid glue because I think if I used a glue dot, that might help this twisted one. It would be too big. Just the other day I had a card and it stuck on the inside of the envelope because of a glue dot peeking out back behind the ribbon, the bow. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that, and then at the end I'll do liquid glue. So on here, for the silver foil paper, just a bit of glue. I want just a little bit of a reveal. Probably didn't need to cut it so big. It's an inch by 5.5. Okay, that looks good. And if necessary, you might need to trim some off the bottom. But I'll do that once I put this on the card base. Okay, that's looking good. Make sure it's down all the way. Oop, I see a little bit of that showing up there, the card base. And I see all kinds of, it's like it's just a little bit off. That much off. I could still see this. You know what? Can you see the red card base? It's going to drive me crazy. Hold on. Okay, it's perfect now. Maybe? It's going to have to do. Okay, so for the inside, let's do the same as this one. So, may your days be flurry and bright. Furry, not flurry, furry. You know, like a puppy. And that's stamped in real red. Okay. And at the bottom are the 3 different dogs. And I'll stamp those in Memento Black. So this is the one that's supposed to be standing up, but I'm making him like he's a playful dog. Trying to get it well inked. He looks kind of like he's a goat and he's going to ram someone. Okay, and here's Sitting Dog saying, hey, what you doing? Hey. And traditional Scotty. He's ready for the dog show. He knows his traditional dog pose. Okay. Much cute. And I know you never have this problem, but sometimes when I stamp, I get these little freckles of white, and you can fix that. I like to use my black light. If I use the black, it's just too black. This one looks good, maybe a little bit there. But once you fill it in, because it is a hint of a different color than Memento Black, you kind of have to commit yourself to coloring all of the fill in that Scotty. And if you're doing that, try not to get too close to the edge, because the stamp, of course, is the perfect Scotty. And you don't have to get right up on the edge. Let that perfect outline remain perfect. But just do most of it, like 90, 99, 98% of it. Now you can't tell I didn't stamp perfectly, but I'm going to do this one too. And after you put those cute little bows on their neck, your eye will go to the bow rather than this little. See that? Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so to put the bows on, speaking of putting the bows on, I could probably do that now. So I'm just going to put a puddle of glue, because I know the glue will dry clear. Puddle, puddle. And I'm putting it on both sides of the necklace. I guess that's a collar. I should call it the right thing, the collar. So, and just kind of let baker's twine absorbed the glue. This is the one that got all twisted. I'll let it dry a little bit and then I'll try to maneuver and work out some of those twists. Or maybe if when it's in the glue, it'll become so saturated it will just have to work. Ooh, that's making it worse. Or if I hold it. How about that? Stay right there. And I hope you guys do all this silly stuff, all these little games, just to make things work. Okay. Dry. And in the meantime, I'll put bows on these. So there are 2 different bows and one collar. I always get ink everywhere, every time. So looking on the box, this right up here perfectly fits as a collar. And then there's 2 different types of bows. These big bows, we'll use those later. I think those go into the punch. And then this is a gift, like on either side, and then this goes right over the top to look like a different color bow. Okay, so those are going to be done in real red. My dog Bo is probably wondering, why do I keep talking about him? And if you don't get it right, you could just say, is it good enough? Or do it again, because you're stamping right on black. And I could tell that this one I got over a little further, but when I put the bow over there, no problem. And again, didn't get it right in the spot. Maybe it takes 2 tries. That one I did. Okay, so this bow is a little bit bigger. I'll put it on this one and this one. And this is the little bow. Okay. So I think I'm done stamping. Now it's just time for assembling. Okay, I'm going to release the blocks. I think it worked. Because look, it's not all curled up. Love it. Isn't that nice? It's so crisp. And it's so cute, Scotty dog. Okay, there it is. What do you think? Could you imagine getting that as a Christmas card? I'd like that. I think it's adorable. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.